back of the bags. The top. If you can hear from how the chain sounds, this one has a lot more of a heavier feel and also that metal sound where it like kind of almost clanks to each other. However, on the replica, it's a lot more of a lighter material and it sounds almost as if it's like plasticky. It's not plastic, it's just the material isn't as like, the materials just aren't as heavy as the authentic one. So as you can hear the difference, here's a clank. And then when you open up the bags, this is the replica. The inside of the jumbo is not going to be raised like how the medium size is, but I do want you guys to look at the color. As you can see, it's not spot on, but it is very similar. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but if you can see, this is more like a dark red into like a burgundy purple. This one has almost like a brown undertone, but it is burgundy. It's just a little bit harder to tell on camera because of the lighting that's in my kitchen right now. But when you compare it side by side, it's almost similar but slightly different. Now, one thing I want to point out here, as you can see, even on this bag, even though the CCs aren't raised, you see how the spacing is the same here, here, and here. So no matter what Chanel bag you have, the CCs are always going to be similar in size. And so when you look at the replica, they did replicate that very well. And then you have this little part right here. There's a little cover on here so that it doesn't get scratched. So Chanel Paris and Chanel Paris. Of course, the replica doesn't have anything on it. As you can see on the authentic, it goes over and under. On the replica, it's still over and under, so it is correct. It's just I wanted to point out some of the details in difference. I know it's kind of hard because you have this jumbo Chanel bag versus the caviar medium, so the sizing and the look of the bags are going to be different. You keep in mind the shape and the stitching. I will say that the two bags, I will say that the replica was very well made. It's kind of hard for the camera to pick up, but there is the button that says Chanel Paris. The wording is a little bit different. On here, the words seems to be a little bit more spaced out and just kind of like pressed on, whereas this one, it's more printed and stamped on. The spacing is definitely a lot different, and the letters on the authentic one is going to be a lot smaller, whereas this one, as you can see, it's a lot bigger. I just don't know if the camera is going to be picking that up. I don't know if you guys can tell, but if you look at the CCs here, and then you look at the CCs here, the CCs on the authentic is going to be skinnier, and on here it's going to be a bit chunkier, and it's also thicker. So if you can see that. On the real Chanel Jumbo, this one was actually made in Italy, so it's gonna be different where this one, it says made in France on the inside. But I do want to point out is when you open up the bag itself, it typically should be peeking through. You see how here to here, right? And on this bag, they actually did a good job replicating that, where it does peek out. because sometimes what replicas will do is they actually end up putting the Chanel logo a little bit lower, so you can't really see it where it peeks out. Because this replica, it is a newer model, it has a microchip, whereas this one, it is an older model, so it does not have a microchip on the inside. I'm just trying to be super careful with it so I don't scratch this bag. No microchip on the inside of this bag. This bag was purchased, it was retailed around $4,000. Now this bag is anywhere between $8,000 to $9,000. If you try to buy this bag on like a reseller app or website, it's actually a lot more expensive than the full price, which like I don't really understand why a used bag would cost more than the retail price, which is very interesting. There you have it, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, like the difference between the two. I kind of wish I had another like, you know, little medium classic flap in the same caviar print to show you guys, but this is the only thing that I have to compare it to, so I can't really say for myself like what I could possibly compare it to. But this at least passed the test for now. It did have great stitching, everything like lined up, even on the back part of everything compared to the real one. It's just, I believe it's a lot lighter and the chains are a lot lighter. But honestly, I would rather go with a lighter bag, because I feel like if I'm carrying my bag as like a daily, everyday wear, I wouldn't want my shoulder to eventually hurt, because I have heard from a lot of other YouTubers that when they wear their Chanel classic flap, it tends to like dig into their shoulders and the bag tends to get very heavy. So I kind of think this is almost like a pro for the replica, the fact that it is a lot lighter than the real one. That's pretty much it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, definitely leave them in the comment box below, and I will just try my best to get back to you guys. I will say though, if you're trying to reach out to me on Instagram, because I'm on there like all the time, like 24/7, and I reply like maybe within 24 hours, because I'm always checking my notifications, and I'm just one of those people, I'm always checking. Last thing is, I do want to say that if you've never actually seen or felt a real Chanel bag, if you do think about getting the lambskin version, just keep in mind that when you do receive the bag, it has to feel like basically like baby soft skin. Okay, it's super smooth. It almost feels like butter. Like when you just put your fingers over it, it kind of like has this like almost like a smooth but sticky, almost close to polyester feel. But sometimes a lot of the replicas will be made and they're just not soft. Like they're smooth, but they're not soft. But this one, if you can feel it, it's super just soft, smooth, almost like you're touching like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's as if you put lotion on your hands. It's like that soft. But yeah, that was it for this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.
It's smoother on the real one. Now I'm looking for the zip. Let's see the zip. It is made of the thick metal. It is really similar also with the fake one. When I touch it, it is quite thick. See the side also quite thick. Very difficult to tell again, except the stitching. You can tell the real one have like the grayish brown, where the fake one have the brownish brown, like yellowish brown. Now let's see the date code. This is where the date code is located, inside the back pocket. There I touch it. Very hard to video it, so I'll just insert the picture And the fake one also has the date code at the right spot inside the pocket on the right hand corner over there. There you go. If you see the date code, you can tell right away that it is a fake because it's a fake date code right away. Yes, so that's it. Now moving on to the strap. Both of the strap has Louis Vuitton writing on it, but the real one have the circle thing attached, whereas the fake one doesn't. And again, the stitching color that is very obvious. It is a bit grayish on the real one and a bit yellowish on the fake one. And the fleur-de-lis is not centered on the fake one, and also it's a bit curly. Well, other than that, it's like really similar.
Alright, there you go. You've learned about it. I hope you have more information right now that there is fakes out there going on. I got this authentic bag from my friend who is a personal shopper, so she usually go and buy her bags in Europe, and then I just have to pay for the amount in the website in Europe, so it is actually cheaper than retail here in Asia. And her name is Noni Dalila, so you can find her on Facebook. I'm gonna link her Facebook down below. So if you like this video, please give a thumbs up.
There's eye lubricant drops. I also have some Splenda salt, Band-Aids, not Splenda, Stevia. There's a flosser stuck in here somewhere. You know, just the emergency stuff. There's my little foldable scissors. So, you know, just the stuff that you need. And there's also right here on the top in a little tiny bag that I've rolled up, I put some Tylenol and Aleve. And I'm using this little skinny wallet because it's the smallest one, thinnest one I have. So I have my necessary cards in here, ID, insurance, all that stuff is in this one little thing. So that's working good. Down here in the bottom I have my pumpkin cupcake hand cream. I have a MAC mascara sample, travel size. Trying to show you how it looks down in here. My hair coily. An eyeshadow stick from e.l.f. It's a good neutral color that'll match anything else. My candy corn lip gloss that I got, I think last year from Bath & Body Works. I love that one. It's so sweet and it smells just like candy corn. I have a couple of Kleenexes left in here that kind of got crumpled up. My truck key. My massager for my neck and when I get migraines. There's some eye drops. There's still plenty more. A pad. My Ray-Bans that I've had forever. Excuse me. And over here on this side that you've probably been seeing, I tucked my earbuds. I got a new pair. My other one's kind of conked out on me. And then over here on this side, I tucked a mirror. Sitting on my bed and this little round bag is wanting to roll. On the other side, I had my mints. They were tucked in over here like that. And in the bottom, I just had the info that came with the bag. And I don't remember why I stuck this in here. Maybe I thought it would be cute to go on my keys or on the side of the bag or something. I made this a long time ago. It's like a keyring bracelet, wristlet sort of thing, and it matches pretty well. I don't have a whole lot that matches this bag except for maybe my leopard